This is the drive home with
Zac
and TT for the Mill drive home, driving home from the den. Where it finished, Millwall 0,
Middlesbrough 3.
Welcome back to Millwall home season. We are definitely the grand old Duke of York, and when they're up, they're up, and when they were down, they were down. From the height of Carrow Road last Saturday, where we hadn't won since 1968, to the lows of today, where, to be fair, we were beaten by a better team, a team that got it tactically correct. Saying that, few chances in the game for both sides, and we end up losing 3-0, which I've got to say is harsh, because we've had 2 really good chances ourselves. They've had probably 4 chances and they've scored 3 goals and we haven't, and you can't afford to do that in the Championship. But like I said, Middlesbrough fully deserved to win. Wasn't helped by some strange refereeing, but I thought Middlesbrough were cute. You know, they were very professional. You know, they went down when they needed to go down. Ayling bossed the game very, very well. Someone with an immense amount of experience. He had the ref in his absolute pocket.
Oh,
honestly, he controlled him so well. I felt that Ayling was the referee today and done what he needed to do. And you can't ask for more than that from a, you know, as far as I'm concerned. For me, it's not sour grapes. I'd like a Mill team to be able to control and dictate the play the way that Middlesbrough did, but we didn't.
We're just not. Well, we're not able to, because we don't have the control of the refs. Like, again, Ayling did today, where every time he went down or every time he moaned, he would get it.
Well, not only did he get a foul, he seemed to draw so many bookings. But
yeah.
Like I said, it was really very good professional play from a really good, experienced Championship player. And before we go any further, if you don't mind, drop a like on the video if you like it. If you don't like it, then don't drop a like. Stick your comments in below. Tell us what you think. It's always easy to be really, you know, negative and down. We've just lost 3-0 at home, but two wins, one at Newport in midweek, and then, you know, it's difficult to, you know, the first home game of the season, you don't want to be getting beat 3-0, but obviously we started with an unchanged lineup from the Norwich City game, with Crammer in goal. Crammer in goal? Maybe he felt like he was playing in goal. To be fair, he didn't have a very good game today, Crammer, saying that. Yeah, we started with Bender in goal, right back of Crammer, the centre-back pairing of Cooper and Tanganga. The left-back was Doughty, although Sturge came on for him in the second half because it looked like Doughty picked up an injury, just to add insult to injury, if you pardon the pun.
Did look like it was possibly hamstring, because he was stretching the back of his leg and holding the back of his leg.
Let's hope it's nothing too serious, because he's looked impressive. Although again, he didn't have a great game himself. But in front of them, you had a midfield 4 of Billy Mitchell and Casper Denor. I'd say that they didn't have their best games, if I'm being completely honest.
I didn't think Billy Mitchell had a bad game. I don't think Casper Denor was up to it, but I thought Billy did what he needed to do.
I don't think either of them played poorly. No. I just don't think that, you know, they would have had the control that they would have liked. We kept getting outnumbered in midfield. And like I said, Middlesbrough tactically got it really spot on today. We had Negley on Negley on the left and Aziz on the right? I always get these 2 mixed up. Although Negley does seem to cross. I think Negley was the one that had a chance. I'm sure someone else had a chance. I think he missed the target. And then up front we had Ivanovic and Coburn playing against his previous club. And
Mihailo Ivanovic needs to score. As far as I'm concerned, he needs a goal just to get him started off. That's what he did really well last season in his debut. He got a goal, and I just feel like he needs something to boost his confidence, because he looks shot for confidence.
I wouldn't necessarily say shot for confidence, but he certainly didn't get on the ball enough.
No.
But saying that, obviously Middlesbrough switched us around, so we were attacking the cold blow in the first half, which is always interesting. It always shows to me that the opposition are scared of you, and if any opposition, I think we've got to say something to the team. If opposition teams are doing that to us, it means that they're worried about the threat of us kicking against the cold blow in the first half, because it very rarely happens at football. And I'll make Middlesbrough right. If you can unsettle us from the start, you do that. But saying that means that for the first 15-20 minutes we were, you know, pressing high. We were, you know, winning the ball, turning the ball over in the final third, and not really making the most of it. And you need to you need to when you turn the ball over. You need to be a bit cute. You need to have some composure, and that's what we lacked today in the final third. Saying that, we created the first chance, and it's virtually identical to the goal that Middlesbrough score in the second half. It's we got in down the right. That's the other chance we forgot. I've forgotten, but it's come to me. We got in down the right. I'm not sure if that one was before it. So we got in down the right. It was cut back. It falls to, I think it was Denor. It was either Denor or Negley. And
is this cleared off the line?
Yeah.
No, it didn't get. We didn't come down the right. It was, as I think Aziz picked the ball up, and it was either Aziz or Doughty that crossed it in, and then Mihailo Ivanovic puts it back across the box, and a couple of players miss it, and then Denor tries to put it in the bottom corner, and unfortunately Luke Ayling is there.
Yes, again, brilliant bit of defending from Ayling, but you think that, you know, the composure from the Middlesbrough player in the second half, which we'll go into, and he puts it into the bottom corner. But if you put any height on that, obviously the defender's not going to be able to do anything, because the keeper's he's in no man's land. He got it past the keeper, we didn't get past Ayling. And then the other chance we had was that was well worked down the left, and Kramer was put in. Had miles of space, and we had Coburn and Ivanovic in the middle to cut the ball back, but Kramer's touch just took it ahead of him. And I think he did eventually get it cut back, but there was with no accuracy, because he was just stretching for the ball at that stage. If he had a good first touch, it was almost a guaranteed goal. And you take those two chances, and potentially we should be 2-0 up, but you don't. And if you don't, then Middlesbrough grew into the game. They started. I think the ref let things go in the first 10 minutes, but then, like I said, they controlled the game. Any kind of contact, they went down and broke up the play. I think it's really important when you're trying to put pressure on an attack on the home team. You want to kill the game, and they did that. And then when they got, like I said, they played out from the back really well. They seemed to break our press when we half-heartedly pressed, and it was good to watch from their point of view, because they played football to a high standard. Obviously now they've got 2 wins from 2, and like I said, we go in at half time. I still felt we were the better side, and although they came into the second half, the second part of the first half reasonably well, I still felt that there was room to build. We came out second half, and I think we just got game plans. Tactically, Middlesbrough got it right in the second half. Like I said, they always had the overload in midfield. They always had the extra number to get past our press, and a lot of the time, because that we picked up some silly bookings. Kramer picking up a booking, it was a guaranteed booking. Yeah. Billy Mitchell got a guaranteed booking. Coburn, I thought it was harsh. Yeah, I thought it was harsh, but again, that was Ayling doing what he needed to do, and those bookings meant that with 50-50s you can't afford to go into it, and you certainly don't want to go down to 10 men. But like I said, Middlesbrough took the lead with a really well worked goal. I wasn't sure whether it went off the touchline. It was really close to going out of play. And I don't know whether our players in and around it stopped for just half a second, but that's all it needs. But they didn't. Middlesbrough broke really well with that. Like I said, the ball went off near our dugout, just a little bit further on from our dugout. They got in down the side of us, cut it back. I think it went through one player and then fell to Hayden Hackney, who is a quality player, quality championship player, and he drills it into the bottom right hand corner to put them 1-0 up. And then the Middlesbrough fans, quite rightly, then come into the game, start singing. They weren't overly loud in
it was very much goal. After
the second goal.
It was after the second goal when their players started giving it to our fans, even though he was on the bench. It was absolutely embarrassing. It was then where their fans started to pick up, because their players got them involved in the game.
Like I said, they sung reasonably well. They've brought down a lot from Middlesbrough. There's no way we're taking that many up there. There's going to be a lot of coaches going back to Middlesbrough. Well, obviously we don't do. I think we do 2 coaches at max. It's not a thing we do, which is why we don't normally take so many away up north. But it's a really good number of fans. And then they score a second goal, which kills the game. Do you want to talk about the second goal?
I can't remember the second goal at the moment.
Can you not?
No, I genuinely can't. I can remember the first and the third.
The third one I can definitely remember. What was the second one? Now it's gone from my head. Oh, that's poor.
That is very poor. We'll talk about the third goal and then we'll come back to it.
Yeah, if we can remember.
So basically, the third goal, we were just pushing for something. We were 2-0 down the 96th or 97th minute, and we wanted to get something out of the game, maybe a goal or something, and our defence was completely split open. A little chip ball over the defence, and I don't know if it was a foul on Bender for a bit of a high foot, but he gets his foot round the keeper to tap the ball in.
I remember the second. Second was a ball into the box. I think it was a corner into the box, not cleared. Yeah. It fell perfectly for the lads. To be fair, it's a great finish. He smashes it into the top left-hand corner, but it just seemed to open up perfectly for him. And again, like I said, I felt Middlesbrough were the better team today, without a doubt. But there's little things that make a big difference in games, and those kind of things win your matches. Taking your chances, and balls fall into you when you need them to fall to you. The 50-50 referee decisions. It's a game where we've lost 3-0, and you're thinking, how? I'm not sure how we've come away losing 3-0. But those key margins are what make a difference at the Championship level. And like I said, Middlesbrough fully deserved their 3 points and celebrated well, and they'll feel full of confidence. Obviously coming to the Den is not an easy place to come, and they'll go away from us like we were coming away from Norwich, thinking not only did we win last week, but we outplayed Norwich, and Norwich obviously picked up a win today against Portsmouth, and it just shows you what a crazy league it is. Obviously we've got Sheffield. It doesn't get any easier. We've got Sheffield United next week, which me and Zac...
To be fair, did they lose today?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think they might have lost today, but we also forgot about the penalty shout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was basically, I don't really remember how. I think it's Conway up top.
No, it was Tom Daly, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Daly.
Yeah.
Their striker's Tom Daly. The way he honestly, it was Olympic worthy.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like he wanted to get in the pool.
Conway. Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was. He's put through down the channel.
Yeah.
And you could see it looks like it's going to be one of those where you think the keeper's just going to wipe him out, but fortunately he doesn't get close to him. And
no, the thing is, he might have got close to him, but even if he did touch him the slightest, it was nowhere near enough to send him down. Nowhere near. And that's what the only thing that the ref that I can remember did well in the game, where he takes initiative and for the only time takes control of the game and gives us a foul and gives him a booking for diving. But he just couldn't pick up the game today, the ref. He didn't do anything to speed them up or except from giving one, I think it was technically a foul.
The new 8-second rule with keepers, if they stay on the floor, it doesn't stop.
Exactly that.
So they just lay down. They lay down for 10 seconds and then get up, and then the counting starts. I thought that as soon as the keeper had it in possession, the counting started. We'll see as I'm sure it will be misinterpreted all season long. Yeah. And sometimes you're going to be on the right side of it, sometimes you're not going to be on the right side of it. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, we'll see you next week at Sheffield United. We're not sure whether we're going to get the train or drive up there, but we'll have a video for you regardless. We'll probably leave it there. We've said enough. Who's your man of the match today for us? That's a tough question.
That is a very tough question. Genuinely, I thought Billy Mitchell played quite well, but no one really had a man of the match worthy performance. I thought Coburn put himself about well, but he's got to put away his chance again. We forgot that.
Oh yeah, that's
where it's the most clear-cut chance you ever get.
3 yards out. I know he's deep at the back post, but
literally, no, he wasn't even 3 yards out. He was right in front of goal.
Yeah,
he was about a yard out.
He's getting a good collection of chances missed within 3 yards of the goal, which is some. Obviously, he done one at Burnley at the end of the last game of last season.
He did a couple more as well. But
yeah,
it's obviously very unlucky because he's headed it. It's hit the inside of both posts and hit Ayling as well. And you just think, if that's going
it's one of those where it could easily bounce in off
it bounces in.
But it didn't. It's one of those days, and it's probably best we end it there. I agree with you, Billy playing all right. I'm not sure anyone else. I thought Aziz looked off of it today. Negley had parts where he looked all right.
Yeah, but he's a bit sloppy.
Yeah, he is. And when it don't go your way, you always look to the wingers and think, oh, they're not doing enough. Crammer didn't play well today. Doughty weren't really in the game. Cooper, very poor in possession.
He looked a bit like Kanata yesterday,
Yeah.
where he was just all over the place.
Yeah.
Tanganga wasn't in the game. Denor was alright. He wasn't really in the game either.
Ivanovic weren't in the game, and neither was, like I said, I didn't think Coburn were. And
No, he just
had
put
a good
himself
chance.
about a little bit.
Yeah, which you'd expect him to.
Yeah, exactly.
And on that bombshell of positivity, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching the Mill Drive home. There's only one way we can end it. No one likes us.
We don't care.